Hello, Sagittarius Risings. It's Lauren the Mystic here with a reading specially for you if you are a Sag Rising or Ascendant, because we are going to be tuning into Pluto's movement. Pluto is moving from your second house of Capricorn into your third house of Aquarius. And Pluto is not only known as a planet of deep transformation and growth and also sometimes a bit of a difficult process can be shadow work journey associated with Pluto, but Pluto brings with it riches. It brings treasures, especially after the deep dive, the work that's been put in. And this work has been put in your second house since 2008. So what we're going to do today is just pull a bit some cards that I was guided by my own, by my pendulum here. I like to allow my pendulum to choose which decks Spirit would like to speak through. And so Spirit's chatty, but we're tuning into what kind of riches you can expect to see now that this movement has occurred. So the accumulation of the growth that's taken place for you in the second house that will follow you into the third. And so we'll unpack that a little bit. If you don't know your rising or your ascendant sign, I'm going to drop a link in the description box for a resource. You can go get a free whole sign house chart. But your rising sign will be what is on the horizon at the moment of birth. Oh, you just had two fly out. We have tsunami upside down and river movement. Okay, let's get a Moonology card for you, Sag Risings. And so we go, I personally use Whole Sign House. That is what I really have studied, where I lean into my own self. And it allows me to determine what area in your chart particular transits might be. Oh, this is coming up. The end of a tough cycle approaches for you, Sag Rising. Full moon in Capricorn. That's on its way. Next month. Let's see. Right? No. Gosh, what am I thinking? That's not until Cancer season. All right, pulling a card for Sag Risings. What riches has Pluto been bringing? Thank you. I was sensing this about you, Sagittarius Rising. Cracked open. Okay, let's just get 3 clarifiers and we will get into this reading. 3 clarifying cards, please. Clarifying the Knight of Wands for Sag Risings. Clarifying Knight of Wands for Sag. What does Sagittarius need to know, please? And one more card, please, for Sagittarius. Thank you. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. Okay, Sag Risings, you ready to get into it? My darlings, how's your heart? How's your heart doing? Okay. We've got some fast-moving energy. So the riches that are coming forward is there's going to be an offer, right? A proposition, and it's on its way, and it looks like it might be a message. So you might be receiving some type of message because this is in relationship to your second house, to your third house. This governs the space of, second house is your values, it's your personal resources, it's your finances. This can represent your value system, what you think is important in terms of relationships, but this can also represent your values in terms of what is important to you from a higher perspective, from life. Like, what do you hold to be important? What brings a lot of value to you in your life? Where do you find meaning and growth? And that translates into all things. So it can translate into the very tangible material realm, which is typically what second house is known for, known more traditionally, oftentimes based on, you know, your monetary resources, your finances, the wealth that you accumulate, what you get paid for your hard work, where you receive the reciprocity back for what you put into something. Okay? So this could have to do with a message in relationship to that, but know that the space of your values in the second house really does it governs, I tried to say two words at once, cover and govern. It governs a lot of things, Sag risings, okay? No, but it really covers a lot of territory, not just the tangible material resources, but what's of value to you within your heart, within your mind. And being governed by Capricorn, which is where Pluto just was, right, in your second, Capricorn is about the structures of that and the foundation, the hierarchy of how that's supposed to go over time. And so perhaps there's been a process that you've been in, right? Because Capricorn is very Saturnian and it takes place over a course of time. You've got to put in the work in order to receive the riches. And so this is a little bit about potentially, you know, some shadow work in relationship to that aspect of self. And it would seem as if you've either just been through, I'm going to say you've been through a period of time of this. You've been through some unexpected wake-up calls, some difficult. Tsunami to me is a big emotional wave. To me, this represents grief or a significant period of hardship that you didn't necessarily see coming. It's a storm, an emotional storm, a rogue wave of great height, right? Full of water, full of force, full of power, with the power to destroy. And it can represent a wake-up call in our life, but it can also represent going through this emotional storm that you had no idea was going to destroy you or destroy aspects of what felt like, you know, at that moment, it felt like destruction, right? The water has receded away. It's gone. But this could have cracked you open, you know? This can also symbolize just potentially feeling that emotional overwhelm, fighting too much against the flow. I just heard fighting against the flow. So we also have movement and river here, which is about going with the flow and not walking upstream. We don't walk against the current when we're in a river. The river has a natural current and it's going to take us on our journey. And this river is a very peaceful, serene river, right? It's being guided in this divine way. The angels are here. You can see that through the rays of light. And it's very serene. It's very peaceful. It might be a solitude, or it might have been a journey that felt like you were alone. But you have been guided and you still are being guided, right? And it's from this tsunami. So you'll know what that means for you. But our advice, our guidance here is that this cycle, this tough cycle is ending. It's on its way out. It's moving through. You're being guided away now. And in this cracked open card, what you see is all of this divine light and love pouring through the crack. And there's a technique. I'm probably not going to pronounce it properly. I think it's called raku. It's a Japanese technique of repairing broken pottery, that they pour gold to fuse the cracks of the broken pottery. And it's a symbol for when we go through a period of deep hardship, when something has left us feeling broken. That is the place in which the light pours through us with the greatest potency. Those are the access points in which we receive our greatest connection to the divine light, to our divinity. And so moving from the second to the third, this is moving into the space of your community, of what you value surrounding you, around in your environment, but it's also your local support system. It's your friends, your allies, your colleagues, churches if you belong, any groups that you should belong to that lift you up. It's also, you know, about being connected into that local environment and receiving kind of like the messages that are coming from not afar, but coming from the space around you. So tuning into that space around you for deeper wisdom, deeper learning. So as I said, full moon in Capricorn, it is in Cancer season. I initially was saying it's right around the corner. I'm just thinking Capricorn, a bit of a head cold. You're going to have to forgive me. My thought process in these videos this morning, you can hear it in my voice. It's more hoarse than normal. But clarifying this movement here, what we've got for you is we've got Two of Cups energy, partnership, typically involving love, deep feelings. This is intimate partnership and a feeling of betrayal. It's a feeling of confusion, disillusionment, maybe not knowing where to go, being out in the cold. As well as the Seven of Wands, clarifying. And so in this particular Seven of Wands, you're rising above, right? You're sitting on these wands, and there's one wand that has risen above. But you're in your power, you're zenned out, you're in your own energetic bubble, nothing's bothering you. All these wands aren't bothering you, but they're coming at you, right? They're below you, behind you. But you found that radiant power within you. Look at that. Through the adversity, I feel like. Through the adversity, you found your radiant power. That inner light has come forward as a result of these Seven of Wands. And these Seven of Wands can represent betrayals again, being stabbed in the back, having been a choice, having been disregarded, been somebody else's choice, or not, this feeling of not being good enough in the context of love. And then these cards wanted to fall out. So these weren't, again, not supposed to come, but they fell out right after the 2. So 7-7 could be of importance. 2-7-7. I've got 2 sevens here for you, Sag risings. But we've got the Ace of Cups upside down. So that is love, your desire, quick change, and a wish come true, right? It was a wish come true that didn't work out. And it broke your heart, is what I think happened. And I think the experience has shifted your values. So, well, normally this is a lot to do with financial values. Oh, you know what? Sag rising, there was a hidden Nine of Swords in that group of 3, defining. And this is despair. This is mental anguish, really being caught in your head. This is not being able to sleep at night, maybe turning it upon yourself. And I feel like that is a contributing factor here of what's cracked you open, of what has been so difficult to handle, to deal with. And it seems like whether this was one situation or, because Pluto hangs out for so long, if it was a multitude of situations that didn't work out and left you feeling less than. You're being guided to a new path. This has served as a wake-up call for you to you. That's what I just heard, from you to you. And the messages that you're receiving are about your self-worth. They're about how you belong and what matters to you coming from your surroundings, your environment. This is about you ready to be putting in the work as well. Ready to stand your ground, to fight for your beliefs, to fight for your own self-worth. And I feel like your beliefs pertaining to what real harmony in relationship means, right? That you're not a choice, but it's also about continuing to harness this inner strength of yours to create your own tranquility regardless of what is around you within the environment. This has been a test of your inner strength, and it's really been a wake-up call to you emotionally. I think it's really tested you, that at times you've really tried to fight against the flow of the current of the universe where you're headed. But guess what? The end is near, darlings. The end is near. So what I feel is that from now until Cancer season, when we have that full moon in Capricorn, it's still a need for you to release. It's still a need for you to protect your peace. You're protecting your peace here, and you're being open to offers. You're being open to listening. I feel like open to guidance, right? That's speaking to you in a passionate way. In a passionate way. And you're leaving behind all of those qualities within relationships that you have seen don't hold you within your own value and your own self-worth. This second house reading for you is about your sense of personal value, your personal sense of self-worth, and what matters to you within the context of your relationships, which is what brings your wealth. I just heard that's what you find to be the most valuable, is the space of the heart, the space of relationships. So you're going to take this out into your community, and you're going to receive back from your community, and it's going to elevate you. You're being led. There's more to the story here, Sag Risings. This is just the beginning. This is just what we know now. But you're leaving this tough cycle. It's over, so you can celebrate that. That alone is worth its weight in gold, right? All right, darlings, I hope you found this valuable and supportive. Please let me know by hitting the like button, leaving me a comment. I would really love and be so grateful if you would support the channel in that way. Subscribing, it really helps my algorithm, it helps me to grow, and it helps me tune into your energy more accurately as I do these readings. All right, take good care. Bye-bye.